Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Thank you very much. I thank you for tuning in. I have a good show for you for today. I will be doing a book review. I just want you to know that as an entrepreneur, I do a lot of reading, a lot of research, and I do that just so I can kind of stay ahead of the game, ahead of the curve, as I'm talking to clients, potential clients. A lot of times that I will just give out useful information while I'm speaking to someone, right? So I was talking to actually the co-host or the host for Women Empowerment Wednesday, Coach Latoya. And we were talking about marketing and things like that. And we were just trying to express to each other, like, the importance of it and where our business is going and where else the podcast going, things like that. And, we try to support each other and uplift each other. So, she gives me tidbits, I give her tidbits, things like that. So one of the things she was talking about was the importance of building your brand. She was talking about the importance of what needs to go into that process of building your brand. What is the story you're creating? And so as she's talking, she says, Maurice, you need to read this book. And the book itself is called Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. You can find it on Amazon. That's where I purchased it at. And it says, clarify your message so customers will listen. And he uses 7 elements of great storytelling to grow your business. And let me tell you right now, as I have, I've read the book. I'm not totally done yet, but I'm really, really geeked and excited because this type of information will be useful moving forward. One of the key tips is to make sure that the client or your customer is looked at as the hero and not making yourself look like you're the hero, not like you're the one that's going to be the one that's going to save the day. You have to make sure that that individual will become that, which in reality, if you have the client or the customer feel like they're the hero through your brand, that's all you're doing is just selling your brand, which will make them sell you. So, so one of the things that he does talk about creating a journey for the hero. And, from a storytelling perspective and also from a marketing or a web copy. And in that is very clear what needs to happen. And I don't want to give away a whole lot. Like I said, for one, I didn't finish the whole book yet. I'm done. I just need to finish. But also, I want you to go out and purchase this book and tell me in your own words what you thought about it. Let's discuss it. Let's share ideas. But what it does, it talks about marketing. It talks about the journey. And the one thing I like about this book is that it does not give a lot of jargon in marketing and does not, talk over your head. I think it's very plain and basic as far as speech goes. And I believe that will be something that when it's time for you to implement it is in such plain language that you can understand it up front without having to decipher, anything or having to reinvent the wheel. In this, though, like I said, for myself, it has truly made me rethink how I'm moving forward. What am I doing? What have I not been doing correctly over these last 8.5, almost 9 years, having Chisholm Group LLC, and the last 3 to 4 for Positive Energy T-shirt shop. So I'm actually going through all of my websites. I am going through all of my social media, and I'm revising a lot. And as I am revising, is allowing me to put myself in a position of rededicating myself. I'm saying this because some people have said in the past that your business plan, even though you have one, it should be revised every few years anyway, due to your clients, due to your growth, due to the environment. There's a lot of different reasons why your business plan overall will change. Now, your mission plan, your mission statement and your vision statement may not change by so much. That's why a lot of people uses those very vague or overarching mission and vision statements. It's not very direct. More especially, depending, especially in a nonprofit perception, and you're geared to a certain community. As we're seeing right now, communities are changing. Things are shifting. People are shifting. Demographics are shifting. Economic situations are shifting. Financials, are shifting. Businesses are closing. So your focus in that particular area changes. So if you have an area that is changing from being, somewhat of a middle class neighborhood, and maybe is dropping down to lower middle class, so I think this book helps you to, one, reevaluate yourself. Number two, those persons that's in that area, maybe how do you make them the hero to make them feel better about themselves, which ultimately will bring up the community. Those are the type of things that we need to, consider from a marketing perspective. Just the storytelling, and something else he had talked about as far as storytelling goes. He makes a note that if there's no danger, then there's no story that matters. And when you think about that, when you think about a hero's story, in a lot of cases, they'll have a ordinary life. They go through some type of peril. They overcome the peril, and next thing you know, they're the hero, right? So how do you make your client, your customer, your neighborhood, the hero? And that's one of the good things about this book. It explains that. And like I said, I want to get into it. I want to get into some of the explanations for it. But I really want you to read the book. I don't want you to rely on me talking to you about the book. And okay, I got enough information. I'll just go based off of what you're saying. No. I'm not saying anything. I'm being very vague right now. I want you to go out and read this book. Again, it's building a story brand, by Donald Miller, and it's on, like I said, you can find it on Amazon today. Go get the book. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe it. This podcast, this particular episode, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and make sure you have comments on it. I don't care, even if you listen to it on YouTube or anywhere, make sure that you leave how you felt about this book. And maybe in the future we'll create a book club around this. Start reading more and more marketing books, business books, how to get ahead in this pandemic, in this moment of recessions and things like this. Now is a time to create that legacy. Now is the time to create that opportunity that's going to uplift you, your family, and your community. Again, if you take a look at, the roaring 20s or the early 1900s or the late 1800s, when railroads and, so forth and so on, business, banks and things like that started to come to fruition, and they were solidifying themselves. They did it in these hard economic times. Now is the time to get that done. More especially with everything that's going on. Things are shifting. Minds are shifting. And we have to be able to make sure that we are ready for those opportunities. This is a great book, and it's really made me look at myself first. Now, for those of you who know me personally, you know that I talk to a lot of churches, I talk to a lot of nonprofits, and I'm going to start to implement these things immediately that I've read in this book. So I hopefully this give you some ideas, some fresh ideas and insights on marketing moving forward, on how to help your community and your clients. And I hope that you, again, like I said, like, share, and subscribe, listen to me every week. We're all about sharing some information. We're all about sharing knowledge. Keep in mind that the tagline for my company, Chisholm Group LLC, is educate, empower, enable, and impact. Educate, empower, enable, and impact. I want you to keep that in mind as you move forward. How are you going to, educate yourself and or your client? That's going to make you or your client feel empowered. That's going to give you the tools, more importantly, enable you to make an impact on the world. Thank you very much for listening tonight, and I hope that you will tune in next week. Talk to you later.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.